Archie, I think is very important area is capability.
Mhm.
Now, capability is into two aspects. One is capability to deliver, which you can build your people. You can have partnership with the organization to work on. Is the capability to deliver, but it's more important is capability to consume in the organization. And we took a very top-down approach. We said first, all the senior people has to be made capable. So we tied up with the organization. We said, let's do a capability exercise for the senior people. So they had taken some good professor from all the big B schools from US, and we did around I think 17-week program. Every week, Friday evening, 2 hours in the class on a Zoom, and build capability at senior levels on what digital or IT can do for them.
Wonderful.
And part of the that exercise, we said, okay, start making a small group of senior people together and identify use cases, which is you learn technology, you know business well, identify good use cases for your organization, and you not believe that almost 90% of those use cases got implemented because they were created by
Yes.
them. They had learned those tricks, and maybe some professor nudged them along while doing that. Maybe some ideas were clubbed together to create a bigger projects to work on. But in the end, I think we got very, very good use cases which all got adopted as part of AI or digital journey of the company to work on. It was very interestingly capability building, and then we drilled it down from senior management to a middle management to a lower management, so that as an organization we have capability to consume. And that's a big difference I feel between the ERP systems and the so-called AI and digital systems is
Right.
you need much more capability to consume those technologies than you used to use ERP. ERP is the template, you put in data, you get reports, and it works on that. But AI, unless you build those capability in the organization to consume, it may not be very successful for adoption point of view, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. In fact, adoption plus enhancement and automation through it. So not only adoption, but when a, a, a responsible usage of adoption, where people have that understanding what to do and what not to do around AI.
Absolutely.
So, how did you manage a legacy environment which is backdated 20 years ago from technology aspect and a legacy mindset? Which one was tougher to handle?
The good thing, luckily, we had in Maruti of very beginning. Incidentally, in Maruti, IT came before the manufacturing came up. When we started way back in 80s, early 80s, first thing company had to do was get the booking done for the customers.
Right.
And through all the legacy kind of system of going to all banks and getting forms and creating a draw of lots on a mainframe area and all minded before the whole PC range came in. So the whole culture of IT was there from very beginning.
Mhm.
And luckily, we had some good, brilliant leaders at that time, including Mr. Bhargav or Mr. Krishnamurti at that time. In 1985, IT was created a function parallel to business. We are talking about IT
Wow.
now in the ages, but those visionary had that thinking that IT should be a business function parallel to marketing, manufacturing, supply chain, and all. We had that and all. Now, advantage of creating that organization was the culture of adoption from very beginning.